There's a first time for everything, and today is off the bucket list. We smoked the Thor's hammer, aka beef shank. We added a little mashed potatoes, some root vegetables, and some gravy just to try it out. Looks fantastic. Let's go. New to the channel, the first time ever. This is called a beef shank, aka a Thor's hammer, aka a volcano shank. However you decide to use the terminology, I'm pretty excited. So that's the good thing about dealing with like a local butcher. We mentioned Simpson's meat several times. This is a specialty cut. They have them often, but I don't get this at like my Kroger's or Walmart or stuff like that. So I highly suggest anytime you get with your local butcher, it's pretty cool. If you guys want to check them out, you guys can check simpsonsmeat.com probably. A lot of unique different cuts. We smoked a flat iron steak, which is actually the top blade steak because we did the whole thing. And that was one of the better things that we've ever done. And we classified it as when you smoke something like the brisket, what's the first thing under a brisket that can replicate it? And we thought that was the highest.
Yeah, it was super good.
Whatever the words is, yeah. I'm lost for words, but that was super good, and that came from them as well. And the reason why I mentioned that, of course, half cow, whole cow, quarter cow, specialty cuts, they also ship nationwide. Not sponsored video, I'm just letting you know. So that way you guys can have a chance to buy something as neat as this. So, as you can tell, I'm in a sweatshirt. I will not be in a sweatshirt later on today. It is kind of chilly right now. Fall's here. And so I really struggled on how to do this. I've seen a lot of videos out there. I've seen Chud, I've seen Jeremy, I've seen a couple other people, and you can go the taco route, you can go the pulled beef route, you can go like the ossobuco style route, or you can just go plain. Fall is here, and I thought, what about dumping this thing right on like a mashed potato? And one thing I've been wanting to do lately, since I've started the channel, and I have not found the right protein to do it with, is take the drippings from like a smoked style Texas blah, 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 and make a good brown gravy out of it. And I think this might be a fantastic way to do it, right? So I'm gonna smoke this, we're gonna wrap it, and then take the drippings. You'll see. Here we go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Alrighty, so the fat has already been taken off. Typically, you might have a ton of fat on the exterior. So what I see here is silver skin. And I definitely don't want to expose all the meat because the silver skin is actually helping it stay together as well. So we're gonna have to make a decision here. There's some fat there that runs through. On Jeremy's video, he cooked it low and then the fat kind of seized up and you lost that bark. On Chud's video, he scored it, and I actually agree with that. He doesn't need my endorsement, but I do understand the concept. So let's score it because I do agree with the thought process behind it. It's kind of like the idea of ribs, right? Some people swear up and down, take that membrane off. We mentioned that several times. We actually don't. So I'm just going to lightly score it. To that, we're just going to add a W binder, a little W sauce, just to help out those beef notes. Our AP rub, salt, black pepper, seasoned salt, and garlic. And then we're just going to season this pretty liberally. Big piece of meat, it can handle it. Don't be shy. I'm going to do something unique on the end. What I mentioned earlier about the ribs is some people remove the membrane. But my dad growing up never did, and it just came one of those things, and we've done it with and without. And so now I just score the membrane on the back instead of taking the whole membrane off. Nobody's been on the back porch with all their family members, even my dad, and some barbecue people that's been on the channel, and they can tell whether or not the membrane's been on. So I think you're fine. Cue that, our barbecue seasoning. When I say lightly, I mean lightly. And the reason is, if you think about braising something, a lot of times you'll have like a tomato-based acidity. This does not have it, I'm not saying that. However, when you do like a red wine and you reduce it down, it might bring out some like earthy sweet notes, and that's what I'm looking for. So we're not doing wine today, but I am going to do a very, and I mean very light dusting. I don't want this to overtake the all-purpose. We brung out my Miss Nova. I got the Traeger Ironwood rocking today. I always like to, what I've started doing lately is actually rotating through the grills. I know you guys ask, why don't you cook on this grill more? What's your favorite grill? That's another conversation for another day. The most important thing is rotating through your pellets, right? If you got a grill that's sitting for a long time, you either dump the pellets or do something. So what I've started doing lately, even on my griddles on my other channel, is use them more often. Because I think the more you use them, They just stay a little bit more pristine. So rocking the smoked pecan pellets, 100% pecan shells. I've talked to everybody that will listen. Absolutely love them. We're at 250 and we're in it for the long haul. So the whole idea is we're gonna pull this about 165 degrees. And then after that, we're gonna wrap it just like we would a brisket or anything else. Kind of like right there. Traditionally, when you think about like a fall roast or something like that, you think about your root vegetables. So we have some celery, and this is just for flavor, okay? So I'm not gonna put the celery in there, or in the dish. I don't like it cooked. Carrots, absolutely love carrots. I'll use most of those. When it comes to the onion, I'm gonna go ahead and take time to break it apart because I like the large chunks. To that, I'm gonna add a good flavor. Now this is 45%, I think I read correctly somewhere, less sodium. And 48% less sodium, okay? I'm not adding a bunch of seasonings to this now because I just want this to be the base. We can add a lot of flavor later. So I'm just gonna add this in there. Woo. Put a lid over it. In the oven it goes until the vegetables are tender. And then once the vegetables are tender, we're gonna strain them. We'll use the carrots and onions to go on top of it. I'll just discard the celery and then we'll make our gravy out of that broth and those drippings. Press. Absolutely beautiful color. Got that little redness to it. That's from that smoking pecan along with that little that's just beautiful color. Dried out a little bit. Haven't spritzed it, haven't done anything. So this is the conundrum. Since I am going for more of like a mashed potato style, gravy style dish, then I am going to foil it with tallow. If I was going this more naked, let's say with like shredded for tacos, I probably would do peach paper. The paper will absorb a little bit of that tallow, keep a little bit more moisture. But like I said, I want to use the drippings to be able to create the roux for the gravy. That's why I'm using the foil. So close enough. I'll just have some tallow. And I'm also guessing how much would go into the fat to make the roux as well. The Traeger, we've knocked it up to about 300 degrees, and then we'll let it ride to about 202 degrees. During that time, we can make our mashed potatoes. Our vegetables are in the oven. Looking pretty good. And just like that, our vegetables have been in the oven. They've cooked down, tender enough for me, for sure. And all that flavor got put in that beef stock. So now I'm just going to strain it, and then I'll just hold the vegetables in the oven. Our shank doesn't have that much longer to go, so it's time to probably start making the gravy. Mashed potatoes are boiling. And 7.5 hours later, one thing I did do when we wrapped it, I put it back on there, I put my Typher thermometer in there. So we're at 203 degrees. I apologize for my appearance. Just let you know if you followed along, Big Daddy went on a run.
You can't call yourself Big Daddy. Only I can call you Big Daddy.
3.5 miles, and we're not gonna tell you how long it took. The point is, I got through it. So, the whole point of this was exactly this right here. This is what I wanted to save. The tallow, the au jus, and everything. So let me see if I can't make a mess. That's typically what I do best. Oh yeah. Woo. All that au jus.
So you're kind of making like a beef fat gravy. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, gravy has to start off with a roux. Roux is typically equal parts flour and a fat, whether it be butter or oil. And so we decided to add the smoked tallow from our beef shank as our fat, along with some of the drippings. And this is that beef stock that had all those vegetables in there as well. So theoretically, we should have a fantastic base. And just like always, when you make your gravy, I don't like my gravy thick. This is not no breakfast gravy or nothing like that. You don't want to season this until it's like at the consistency, right? I have no idea how much flavor we're able to pull from. Golly.
It's good. Let me taste.
That is so damn good. And I'm not apologizing for my language. I'm not adding salt. No salt at all. Just a little bit of black pepper because I like black pepper.
Wow. Let me have some more.
That's legit. That's legit 100% right there. Alrighty, to keep it neutral, I am going to I gotta be careful while I pull this apart. I know you guys can't see this, but I did want to try it. Oh yeah. Neutral, right? So this is just the shank. You can see how tender it is without all that other stuff on there. You want to have the first bite?
Oh, I've had a bite.
How?
I picked off a little corner.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm. It's good.
Wow.
It's super good.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm. It's good just like that.
Oh, good.
Just with the seasoning and stuff. It does remind you of a roast.
Chuck roast.
Chuck roast for sure. But probably more tender.
That's really dang good. I mean, it's super tender. I would like to have done it. I don't know if there's that much of a difference if you foil wrap it versus peach wrap it. Might be a little bit more fattier on the outside versus a little bit drier because of steam.
Let me try.
Let me tell you something. On a fall day like today, that'll hurt your feelings. That is what a smoker's all about. Easy bake oven, no muss, no fuss. That's gonna hit home.
Oh, those potatoes are good.
Buttery. I'm more of a butter fan than I am the cream. That's why you've got to notice I don't add much cream.
I don't even like mashed potatoes, but I'll take some more of those.
So I think what you should do, you know, however you want to serve it, we served it more like home style. That big old dog might like that thing. But you can just see how tender it is. It just shreds apart like crazy.
Here, turn it around.
All right, guys, there you go. Thanks for the ride on this one. Pretty cool. Like I said, check out Simpson's Meat.
Let me eat
Hey,
it.
what are you doing? You said
We're not going to shred all of it? You're just going to serve it like that?
Well, the girls probably don't want some of it mixed in the mashed potatoes.
Well, yeah, that's true.
I would like to eat
It's
just
fun.
a little bit more. With that potatoes and gravy, boy, that's going to hit the soul today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to press that subscribe button. Pound the notification bell, share it with your friends. Peace. If you've tried this, how have you made it? Just plain tacos, braised it. I mean, it's a dang good piece of meat.
Yeah, it is.
I'm not surprised, but I am surprised. It's super easy to make. Man, this thing is just tender. Just no effort at all.